Hello and welcome to another cast. Today we have a 3v3 on Mapgen, a custom 3v3. It is at some medium level ratings at 12 to 1500. And yeah, let's get right into it and get into player introductions. We have Team 1 right here on the in the west. Yes, this is the west. And Team 2 in the east, right here. And I'm gonna start right here at the northwest with Icon, a green Seraphim opening first land. And to the south we have Maximus going Aeon in red, opening first land. And to their south we have one Big Andy going UEF in pink. Right, that was Team 1, let's go for Team 2. Let's start in the south here. We have Banterfodder going Cypern in this military greenish color. I don't know how else to describe it. Or this grey greenish. It's very dark green. Right, military greenish would more be the icon color. To the north of that we have a Shadow Noob in purple as UEF opening first land. I forgot to mention that Bannerfodder went first land, I think. They went first land as Cypern. Right. And to the far north we have Gamer9X, XX, I guess. Probably just gonna call them Gamer, or Gamer9. In blue as Aeon opening first land. Right, second air out for Shadow Noob and for Banderfodder. One Big Andy going for drone already. Fair enough, since drone is a very cheap upgrade. And Maximus getting a lot more land factories already. With expansion being done, expansions already being done. Right, reclaim wise we have 4 claims of reclaim down the middle here. I don't have reclaim counter, and I also just realized I forgot to disable the these eco indicators at the side, so yeah. Right. And a bunch of reclaim spread around. But yeah, a lot of reclaim, as you like to see. Making this a lot easier. And already some coordination for between players about who's going to take which max, I think. Right, the Team 1 are all pushing forward with their commanders. On Team 2 we currently only have Shadow Noob and Gamer pushing out. There are 2 commanders for the western team going to the middle, while there is appears to be only one going mid for the other team, with a commander going up here, which is reasonable since this is going to be contested heavily. Okay, so a T1 bomber out for Shadow Noob, but it was not given a proper order, so it landed for a moment. And is now getting some damage on that Aurora and thus getting its first kill, but a single Aurora is not really that important. Maybe some NGs would be nice to get some economic damage, making expansion hard on the future. And that's exactly what he's going for, getting 3 engineers for 1 Big Andy. Another bomber out for Shadow Noob. This one going for ICOM. And already having picked up 2 engineers. But there are already interceptors out and it did not get a second drop off. There's also a bomber for ICOM that got 1 engineer and okay, I don't think it's gonna be shot down by this one fizzle. Yeah, it will get a second engineer, I think. Right, right before this max finished, so that's gonna be annoying. And a transport out from Banterfodder to get some engineers to the front. With a bunch of spam factories already having being built up right here at this forward position, which is a dangerous move since this position is not really safe yet. But at the same time, you obviously get the short reinforcement times, so yeah. Right, this bomber got 5 kills, but got shot down. So yeah, a whole bunch of early bomber play. And Shadow Noob already got all of these maxes claimed. Right, and Gamer just marked out the fact that there is ICOM's com up here. Which is obviously annoying to deal with for them, since command is always a pain. Okay, Shadow Noob now getting gun. But there don't appear to be any support engines, so that's probably gonna take a while. And there's just a lot of AA firing onto those inties, so nothing too important. And a small push up here. But that will not... Right, that is securing these 3 maxes somewhat. For the Western team. So that's gonna be nice for them to pick up. And some tanks running by here, but being picked up by Banderfodder's ACU. Okay, and Shadow Noob is about to finish that gun upgrade. Right, yeah. 1 Big Andy does have a lot of factories. Probably not able to sustain those. Well, okay, surprisingly that economy is not looking too bad for the amount of factories. Like, it's not optimal by any definition of the word, but it's not. But they are only spending, or he is only spending around double his eco right now. Not even that, right? I think Zamex is just finished upgrading, so yeah. Right, that is with Zamex is upgrading. Yeah, it's actually pretty decent. And that Mass T1 will be a big issue if it gets producing properly, because Banderfodder does not have nearly as many factories. Right, here in the north we have Maximus pushing right into this into the base or expansion base of Shadow Noob of Gamer. Shadow Noob now attacking Maximus ACU, which has range, I believe. I believe that is range. Didn't check upgrades when they happened, so I could be mistaken there, but pretty sure that's what would be range, so yeah. Right, but Shadow Noob just ran by that army now and is pushing into the other direction, with that army right behind it. Which is honestly very funny. At least to me. Right, and 1 Big Andy now with all this spam producing, is able to just overrun this position. Like there's nothing that can be done against this overwhelming spam of strikers. Well, maybe T1 bombers, but honestly this is just insanity. Right, Shadow Noob, having pushed forward with his ACU a bit more, is now turning north, probably to help here. Band of Water getting gun. But yeah, this is a somewhat unusual but definitely very effective strategy right now, to just overrun your opponent with incredible amounts of spam. And okay, T2 has been achieved for Andy. Does not appear to be any T2 on the way for... Well, never mind. T2 just finished for Maximus. Completely missed that. Okay. Or I didn't miss it, but I didn't directly see it coming. And there is T2 for ICOM. Already building some flag energies. But apparently no T2 B-gens. Right, for the Eastern team. How's T2 looking there? Don't see any T2 out for Gamer. Okay, there is T2 that is already going T3 for Shadow Noob. With the T2 P-Gen done now. And there is also T2 done for Band of Water, who has gun now. But yeah, ICOM now also overrunning this position with a lot of spam factories. Possibly having seen how effective that was down the south here and trying to do the same. And being very successful with that. Putting Gamer at a disadvantage right now with units. And that would possibly actually be able to kill them. Okay, but there is a small army out from Gamer trying to intercept the reinforcements. But it's not properly microed, and the Auroras being made out of tinfoil, of course, being unable to be effective at this short range. Right, Maximus, having finished gun speed, is now going for advanced range. And Shadow Noob is now going for shield. And there don't appear to be any more gun upgrades or ICU upgrades right now. Right, there is no T2 using, that's also going T3 very soon, and I believe some of these factories must be T2 as well. Yes, this one and this one. Building parashields and pillars. Okay, Shadow Noob is forced to cancel shield because of harassment and potentially other armies. But yeah, this army down here is currently a major threat, and there are not nearly enough T1 bombers to actually deal with that. Also, just putting some AA into that mix would probably be enough to prevent this from to completely prevent this air engagement or this air support. Right, more factories at T2 now. Those don't appear to be on repeat build. Yeah. That T2 is not repeat building. Interesting move. But I guess Andy doesn't want to put too much of his eco into that. Since more eco will be required to keep that stuff up. Okay, T2 has now also been achieved by Gamer. And T3 has been achieved for Shadow Noob. With some Titans now on their way to the front line. Those may turn the tide of this battle. This game. Since it currently is clearly in favor of the Western team, having which is currently cornering the Eastern one, pushing on every flank, and yeah, okay, not actually pushing in the south right now, but pushing in the north and in the middle, so that is already somewhat problematic. But these Titans now doing some quickly dealing with these with this T1 army. But yeah. Also Benderford are now going getting stealth. So probably intending to stay aggressive with that ACU. And yeah, okay, there is now some large amounts of T2 coming in for Maximus, but those are places, not actually and not the Obsidian. Now, Place is also very good in their own right, but of course not having the tankiness of the Obsidian. Having a higher range on the other hand, so yeah. The Place being closer to the T1 Aeon playstyle. Basically just being a bigger Aurora. Right, Vanderford now getting Nano, but cancelling that due to this army a very reasonable move. Since this push is going to be some problem. Icon advancing further on the north. And yeah, Team 1 down in the west here being at Onico is not really surprising, since they have this entire area, which is around 2/3 of the map, I'd say. And also getting the maxes there, which equates to nearly a 100 mass advantage right now, which is insane. Vanderford having taken some damage, but currently not under too much threat. And some Titans from Shadow Noob coming in to help defend. But Team 1 being at around 30 to 40k or 35k of a mass advantage. Yeah, 35k. So yeah, that is a massive difference. Gamer now being pushed by this massive army of T1 and some T2. Taking quite a bit of damage, so possibly going down. But there are now some Obsidians coming in to help against that. Right, Icom getting gun now after having upgraded T2. So are there any more T2 factories that are producing T2 shit right now for Icom? Does not appear to be the case. Never mind, there is one here. Okay, so how's T3 looking for the other players? Okay, Benderford has achieved T3 land. Still only T2 land for Gamer. And okay, there's also only T2 land right now. Okay, Maximus has achieved T3 land and is now building Harbingers. And T3 land has also been achieved by Andy. Of course, very dangerous with this immense production. And there are now also Titans in production from these factories down here. From one of the factories down here. Again, not on a repeat build. Interesting. But yeah. And apparently a singular Mantis managed to run through here and get a level of veterancy, trying to kill, and is currently trying to kill one of these C2 Maxes. But the Salvagers and the other spam down here, or a little bit of stuff, of course, dealing with that quite easily. Right, since this spam is mostly T1, the places and obsidians out from Gamer are now able to somewhat push this back. And let's check for air. Okay, only T1 air for Gamer. There is... no, that's not... okay, this is T2 air going T3 for a Bender fodder, so this could be massive. And no air out for Gamer. Only T1 air for Icom, currently not producing anything. Only T1 air for Maximus as well. And no air for Andy, at least I don't see any. Right. Andy pushing again down here. But there are now a whole bunch of rhinos and even a few bricks. Okay, one brick with a second one coming in. Defending, so this is being mobbed up quite effectively. And Bender fodder trying again for that nano upgrade. Now, nano of course is very dangerous since it entices to overextension. And I mean, it is definitely necessary when you have your front at, if you have your comm at the front line at the G3 stage. So I understand why they are going for it, but it still brings the massive danger of, you know, having your comm up at the front against units that deal quite a bit of damage with pretty insane DPS. And yeah, I come now up here with Nano, doing the exact mistake I mentioned earlier, overextending. Or at least it seems very much like overextending. Now being focused on by all of the Salvagers. Right, and there is now D3 land. Right, there's a new land HQ up here that is now also building offense. But yeah, I come with gun, Nano and T2 has overextended and is now just going to die. The exact thing I just warned about. And that actually puts the player advantage on the Eastern team. Surprising considering the fact that they were down on that they are down on map control and economy. But yeah. Right, Andy now just firebasing up down here with some clink hammers. It is annoying, but also somewhat effective to deal with the bit of stuff that is here. It's not a lot, but the No Man's Land would probably be worth the mass investment. Right, and now there's a small push of bricks and rhinos going up here. Since this is mostly T1, this will probably succeed. And Nano finished for Bender follow. Also, I think I hear Titans pushing. Yes, up here. Never mind, also Harbies. Why do you hear the Titans pushing? Or fighting? I'm not sure. Right, okay, there is a Titan down here. Or two Titans. Fighting bricks. It is important to point out that bricks are, as heavy assault units, the more equivalent to the Percival and not the Titan. and thus are more designed to fight the lighter T3 units as well. Better equipped to fight the lighter T3 unit. So the Titan, or for Cybran the Loyalist. Just like the Percival is better equipped to fight those. And yeah, okay, the small push up here managed to get into the production and is now dealing quite a bit of damage, killing these factories. I think 3 factories now. I think these 2 were T2, this one was definitely T3. And a small push outwards from Gamer up in the north. So the Eastern team seems to be retaking ground now, which is very nice to see, since they have been at a disadvantage throughout this entire game. Back into a corner. They are also now catching up on eco. Just going for a total economy, I guess. I mean, not even that much, but getting T3 maxes while... yeah, there is no real focus on T3 maxes right now. Now for economy, there is of course Maximus at the top, unsurprisingly with double base at 327. Followed by Banta Fodder at 220, which is more than half, so that is a very good sign for the Eastern team, since Banta Fodder is on a single base and still has still getting pretty close to the eco of Maximus. After that we have one big Andy at 134 and Gamer at 85. And Shadow Noob at only 56. Is this... no, this is not actually energy related. That's an abysmal economy. Right, but the expansion maxes were also all killed by the stand push, so shouldn't actually be too surprising. Okay, there's now a sizable army getting into the base of Gamer. That will probably deal quite a bit of eco damage. But some pricks were gifted over to Shadow to Micro, and there are also some Percies that are dealing some decent damage. Since they are Percies, they do pack quite a punch. Right, but there is a massive push now, well, not too massive, but a somewhat sizable push of Harbingers getting pushing in the north right here, taking back basically this entire area. And the experimental, a Monkey Lord, unsurprisingly, has been finished for Banta Fodder. So yeah, the tides of this game seem to have turned now. Banta Fodder now also having started building some T3 Air, currently Whalers, which, as long as there isn't any T3 Air out from the other team, are going to be very effective. Right, HGC has been queued up for Maximus. But there doesn't appear to be any T2 Air or T3 Air out for the other team. Which is going to be very much problematic, since T3 Air is very powerful. And if it's uncontested, you're at a really good position. Banta Fodder now getting up a air grid. And this bush now getting slowly killed by the T1 bombers. And are being spammed out to defend. Right, but Gamer lost this expansion base up here, which is annoying. But not the end of the world, since this army has... okay, I was about to say the army is no longer being macroed, so it's just dying to PD now. But it's now pushing north. So these two maxes, who probably have not paid for themselves, are going to deal quite a bit of damage. Um, right, the monkey now pushing through here. Does the Eastern team know that there's a monkey node? They see the shells, but they don't actually have the monkey itself scouted now. And with all entries that are coming close dying, that is going to be a rude awakening. I mean, it's not going to be that bad because it's pretty obvious that's the monkey, but still. Okay, Maximus moving their T1 air overhead, but maybe an attempt to just scout, maybe also an attempt to deny air, but with the presence of T3 air that is not going to be too effective, and they are aware of it, pulling their air back. Right, they now know that there is T3 air. Is there any... has Maximus started anything to help against that? Any air upgrades? No. And he's still not building any air, so yeah. That is going to be a very big advantage for the Eastern team. Okay, the monkey is now scouted and being attacked by the T1 bombers. And it's now pushing into the space. But AGC just finished. It will be able to defend. Okay. Maximus has pushed back up in the north, but currently does not appear to have any engineers to retake these Nexus. I mean, there's 40 minutes into the game, so focus is probably going to be down a bit, but yeah. Banthalord being advised to focus on power. A very good move, since power is basically the factor of that, and Monkey Lord nearly died, but survived due to the GC no longer being microed. That's very effective. And Shadow Noob now also slowly recovering on eco. How does Reclaim look? Right, Team 2 ahead on Reclaim. Possibly the reason they were able to come back from this. There is still a lot of stuff to be reclaimed, especially around here, but that does take time, and yeah. Not enough reclaiming happening up here. And there's now an army of bricks pushing into what appears to be mostly T1, with a whole bunch of labs. So yeah, that's just melting. The monkey is still allowed to live, but a whole bunch of T1 bombers now coming into deal with that. The monkey got 36k mass kills, so it definitely paid for itself. Never mind, 37k. And has 3 levels of veterancy. So yeah. I come complaining about DT1 spam at the state stage, and especially the fact that it's Mech Marines is a reasonable complaint, because bricks are pretty decent against lower tech stuff, since they, unlike the Possible, have a high rate of fire. The Possible, of course, relying on a single alpha strike. Yeah, exactly. The Monkey Lord definitely was worth it. 4 ranks of veterancy, over 40k mass killed. And the Monkey Lord now, not the Monkey Lord, DGC, having been forced to move down. Now a second GC has finished, and this GC is at full health now with 1 level of veterancy. Yeah, also could love max instead, it's also right. But the problem here being that there's currently no other experimental out for the Easter team. There is a Megalith in the works, but the And there are a lot of gunships which will also be very helpful, but the 2 GCs would pose a imminent threat right now. But how does the economy look after all those maxes were killed? Right, only a 50 mass difference between the two teams, with Team 1 still being at an advantage, but no longer as big as before. Okay, and the maxes up here are being retaken. Okay, Icon points out the T3 gunships. Still no T2 air. Oh, never mind, there is T3 air, I completely missed that. Okay, T3 air has now been built. Never mind then. There is now a counterplay coming in. How's scouting looking? Okay, they are aware of T3 air, so scouting is probably somewhat recent. Could be some more scouting done up here, and there is a lot of stuff not scouted here, but I think this has been rebuilt recently, so fair enough. Okay, for Team 1, they are aware of this air grid, they are aware of this megalith, I believe. Or they could be aware. Okay, I guess Andy is pissed that he can't bid there right now. Right now he's pissed that that thing is not actually assisting this push down here. With some very choice words. But yeah, scouting seems to be fine on both sides. And these railers now just killing some NTs that are out of fuel. It's funny to see NTs being killed by railers, considering that the railer AA is pretty shit. But hey, whatever. Oh, one railer actually went down. And since the railers actually landed, they stopped firing. And a lot of out of fuel NTs also for better photos, so yeah. There's an air factory out here. And there are also ASF being built for Panther photos, so yeah. That air superiority is probably firmly in the hands of the Eastern team. Also, there are strat bombers being built. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Strat bombers and gunships will definitely cause some issues. That's just a whole lot of mech marines. That's not gonna do a lot, that's just gonna boost the numbers on radar. Okay, some click hammers hitting this army, but no significant damage being done here. And where's a whole bunch of T2PD? Or a full fuck ton, shit ton? Whatever term you would prefer. Now I'm curious. Right here, yes. I thought that was a ping for the on some enemy position, but yeah, okay. Right, the megalith finished. There does not appear to be any other experimental currently in the works. Icon pinging out ACUs, okay. But the Western team does not appear to be abusing their current advantage in both numbers and experimentals. With 3 GCs. That could probably just push right through. Now there are of course these gunships, so those may be a reason that there is currently no nothing going on. But yeah. Just out of fear of the GCs being killed by the gunships. I guess that would be reasonable. Okay, and Maximus now got their air grid up, somewhat. So Vanderfodder probably needs to focus more on air now, since there is actual air contesting his own. And I think there is more production on ASF than they currently have, yeah. But the second megalith has been started. And the 3 GCs are now actually pushing. Taking some damage from this megalith, which is now being microed to move back. But those are 3 GCs, so that will be a whole bunch of damage. If there wasn't this massive cloud of whalers, that is just going to wipe them out. Yeah, these GCs are just melting now due to that. GC's now pulling back, which is probably a mistake considering the fact that they are going to die either way now. And you'd probably be better off just getting DPS in, but it's an honest mistake to make. And I completely missed the fact that there are now 2 GCs out from Gamer, with the third one being good. Oh, okay, that GC actually survived for now. Okay, the megalith took some pretty hefty damage, but it's a megalith, so yeah, still very tanky. But there is this push right here, which is mostly T1, so not too dangerous. And there's also a major army up here, mostly out of Percivals. I meant completely out of Percivals. Which is also able to defend against a lot of things. And a push down here. From a whole lot of bricks. Okay, ICOM just being a bit salty about one big Andy not being very effective in the later stages of the game. Which is reasonable since the early aggression turned into a lot of turtling. Which is honestly sad to see. But yeah, map control is still looking horrible, but it's slowly improving. And apparently there's a Maya's map here. So that's fun. Right, you see right here. Pushing into this right now. The megalith right there as well. Another megalith almost finished. And okay, that production has not been switched over to more ASF. On the other hand, this game may be decided now. So whatever. Alright, Ravagers going down, so with that the defensive of this area are dead. The GC that was here has died, and the other GC, not the other GC, the other megalith just finished. Maximus now going for a Saw. A reasonable call since air control is... Okay, air control is not firmly in the hand of this team, but it's not looking too bad. And he disconnected. Or left. And understandable considering the fact that this game has turned very poorly, providing a very nice comeback. I think all games that I cast today may have been comebacks, so yeah. That's fun. Or thus also all games that I have casted to date have ended in a comeback. So that's funny. DGC is now pushing in here, but yeah, with that, this game has been mostly decided now. This massive Percy push in here, I'm probably going to kill this GC. Even with these Tractor Claws, that GC cannot do enough damage and kill these Percys quickly enough, so it's just gonna go down. Okay, now there's also a Fat Boy pushing from Shadow Noob, with shields disabled for some reason. And that's the Maglev that almost died defending. Okay, there has been a nuke build. I don't think it's gonna actually finish till the end of the game, but yeah. That Maglev has been forgotten about. Eternally waiting in the space now. Ah, never mind. It's now moving. Okay, now GC finished. Gunships are now also moving in, so yeah. Yeah, the space is almost doomed. Almost certainly. Well, not almost, it is doomed. Period. So yeah, with that, Maximus is about to go down to a combined attack of GCs and Percivals. And that donut that was attempted to be built has been killed. Construction side of that. Right, okay, there was not actually a focus of the GCs didn't actually focus that ACU down. And with that, this game has ended. I hope you enjoyed. As you might be able to see at the chat that is visible at the side, this game was casted live. If I remember, I'm gonna be linking my Twitch on the description. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope to see you again in a future cast. Or in a stream, who knows. And yeah, till then, bye.